Balance changes are coming to Brawl Stars, and I guarantee you that some of the nerfs will definitely surprise you. I won't be wasting your time, but I will mention one thing. If you guys can get me to 1,000 subscribers and help me monetize by watching all of this video, then trust me, I will give back to the community up to 1,000 gems. All you have to do is enter, make sure you're subscribed, and I will post a video about a giveaway, and all you have to do is say you want to join. Okay, I said I wouldn't waste your time, so let's get right into the video. Starting off with the buffs. Starting off with Fang, who actually got 2 buffs. If you didn't notice in the Brawl Talk, he's also getting a new rare gear, which they are adding to the game. His super now does 200 more damage from the normal 1000, and when you use your super, it charges up your next super slightly more. Personally, I thought Fang was already pretty balanced, but apparently he needed some buffs, and I'm definitely looking forward to using him in the future. So if you didn't know, this is one of the biggest updates we've had since there's over 13 balance changes. Fang will definitely be way more used in many game modes, and I definitely see him used more in Knockout. But with the new cycle they're adding to the game, I don't know if Knockout will be available all the time. Okay, let's move on to our next buff. Thank you to Ash Brawl Stars who gave us these. This buff is for Sandy, and his super now charges faster. After Sandy's recent nerf, I definitely think this one was needed because his gadget was nerfed in the past one, so the stun was a shorter period of time. He was my second rank 20 and my first power 11, so I definitely see myself using him a lot more in the future. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know that it was a boy until like maybe a year after I got him. Let's move on to our next buff. Let's go, my favorite brawler got a buff. Leon now has better base health from 3200 to 3400. Amazing. Love to see the 200 health buff, and it is amazing for me because I use him all the time and he's my lucky brawler. After I got Leon to rank 25, I started to stop using him a little bit, but I think I'll start to use him up again, so let's see how I do with him in the future. If you want to know how I got good with any certain brawler, ask me in the comments and I'll make a video dedicated to that certain brawler and how to get good with them. Time to move on to our next buff. Mandy's main attack damage went up from 1200 now to 1300. This is great. I already thought Mandy was pretty balanced, but I want to see how this turns out in the future. I think this will make her a lot better and definitely move her up the ranks. I only ever see her in 3v3s and I rarely see her in Power League. Who knows, maybe she'll start making an appearance now. I personally don't have Mandy rank 15 yet, so after this I'll probably be using her a lot more. Okay, let's move on to our next buff. Piper now has increased main attack damage from 1520 to 1700 damage. But along with that comes a nerf for her homemade recipe gadget, so its accuracy is way less, down to 33%. This is going to drastically affect her, and now I see the other gadget being used way more. I don't know what Piper's usage rate will change to, but I think it will go slightly down. It's kind of a wild guess and a hot take because other people will probably think it's going up, but I have a feeling it's going to go a little bit down. Also, if you want to see what these changes look like before they even come to the game, make sure you subscribe to me so I have enough subscribers so they can give me developer mode and I can show you guys these things myself. Next buff goes to Nanny, which gets a 100 main attack buff, but also a nerf to its return to sender gadget. It goes from 5 seconds to 2 seconds. Nanny is one of the people I just don't really use because I guess I'm just not good with him. But maybe after this I'll try it again because I don't even have the return to sender gadget. I use the teleport one. I see these changes being made more on the negative side because a 100 damage buff isn't too much, and I'm wondering if it's 100 for each shot or 100 total, since Nanny does shoot 3 things at a time. Okay, let's move on right to our next buff. This one goes to Byron, so now his super charges in 3 shots instead of 4. This will 100% make Byron way better because now his super charges in 3 shots, which makes it way better, and his super is already insane, which can either heal or deal damage, so now it's way better. I'd say this one wasn't really needed, but now that it's here, I'm super glad, and it might be a little too broken and they might change it back. I would say 3.5 shots, so on its second poison damage of the 4th shot, it'd be good. Let's move right on to our next buff. BB has increased health from 4600 to 4800. There's not much to say about this one. I guess it was kind of needed. I use BB a little bit, and this will definitely help me in the future. Since I didn't have a ton to say about that one, I'm just going to move right on to the next buff. Got 2 buffs, which are much needed. He is the worst brawler in the game, and still will be after these. He now does a little bit more damage, well, 300 more damage. Other than that, he is still garbage, so, well, I won't be using him. Just got a notification from Supercell that if you subscribe to me, they'll consider removing him from the game, so why don't you do that real quick? It would do us all a favor. Nobody likes him, so do me a favor and remove him from the game. The next brawler, we have Buster, who is getting 2 buffs. He now has 400 more health, and now does 120 more damage with his main attack. I'm kind of glad they added this to the game. I haven't really used Buster since his recent nerf, but now I'll probably be using him a little bit more. Buster has definitely had his usage rate go down in the past few months, but now it will probably be going a little bit farther up. I plan to see him more in Power League now. Okay, after him, we can move on to our final buff. This is nothing special, and it goes to Willow, which gets a 300 health buff. Honestly, Willow takes a ton of skill, and I don't even think Brawl Stars realizes this, because they're giving her a buff that she doesn't even need that much. She's already amazing. Her gadget where she cannot be hit for 3 seconds is amazing, but I don't really like her super, so I guess this buff was needed a little bit. I think they should have buffed her super time, but it's up to them, not me. Now let's move on to the downside of things, the nerfs. Starting off with Tara, who gets a fatal blow to her health, which goes down by 100 health. I never really noticed a problem with Tara, but apparently there was a problem because they needed to add this. But it's actually not that bad. It's not really fatal. She'll probably still be used the same. Next, Tick's reload speed was now decreased by 4. I am excited for this because Tick is one of the most annoying brawlers in the game right now. So definitely give his other star power a lot more use, since its main goal was to give him a 9% reload speed buff. I look forward to seeing how the meta changes in the future for this, but I don't think it'll change too much. But don't worry, there will be some major buffs if you're still watching. So hang on tight, we have a few more. Crow is getting a buff for the second balance change in a row to his extra toxic star power. Now does less damage, so that means both of his star powers got nerfs, which is horrible for him. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know if other people are going to use the other one more or this one, but it's definitely not going to be good for Crow. Next is to Bonnie's projectile speed, which I didn't know even had a measurement to it, but apparently it does, so now it's going down by 200. I don't see this affecting Bonnie too much. Her projectile speed was already pretty slow. But if it does affect her, correct me in the comments, and I definitely want to see what this does to her in the future. I expect no change, though. And lastly, we have my least favorite nerf, which actually got 2 nerfs to Squeak. Squeak's residue now goes from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, so the slowness effect and the visual effect does not last as long. And chain reaction went from 20% to 15%. They did recently buff it from 10 to 20, so I definitely see this as a thing that they would do. Definitely made it way too overpowered with the last buff, so this makes a ton of sense. Anyways, I hope you liked how I made this video short and to the point, because other people explain it in a much longer format so they can get more watch time. But you know me, I love to give you guys short and to the point stuff so you watch the whole thing. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can watch more of my content. I make amazing and enjoyable content, and I'm the most underrated person out there. Also, if you want those gems, make sure you like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.